Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak is a beloved children's book that tells the story of Max, a young boy who embarks on a fantastical adventure after being sent to his room for misbehaving. The story explores themes of imagination, emotions, and the need for love and belonging. The book begins with Max wearing a wolf costume and causing trouble at home. He chases the family dog with a fork, yelling and behaving wildly. In response to his behavior, Max's mother calls him a wild thing, and he angrily retorts, "I'll eat you up." As punishment, Max is sent to his room without supper. Isolated and upset, Max's vivid imagination takes over, and his bedroom begins to transform into a magical forest. Max sails away to an island inhabited by large, monstrous creatures called the Wild Things. These creatures have frightening appearances, sharp claws, big teeth, and intimidating roars, but Max is unafraid. Using his wits and asserting himself as the fiercest of them all, Max becomes the king of the Wild Things. The creatures are enchanted by Max's boldness and declare him their ruler. Together, they engage in a wild, joyful rumpus, a chaotic celebration of Max's newfound power. However, as Max reigns over the Wild Things, he begins to feel lonely. He realizes that being king of the Wild Things is not as fulfilling as he had imagined. Despite their loyalty, the Wild Things cannot provide Max with the emotional warmth and love he craves. As his adventure continues, Max begins to yearn for home, particularly for the unconditional love of his mother. Eventually, Max decides to leave the island and the Wild Things behind, despite their protests and cries of, "Don't go, we'll eat you up, we love you so." Max's desire for comfort and affection leads him to return to the real world. He sails back across the sea, through the forest, and finally arrives home, where he finds his supper waiting for him, still warm. Where the Wild Things Are is a profound exploration of a child's emotions, particularly anger, rebellion, and the need for security. Max's journey reflects the emotional ups and downs that many children experience. His initial outburst and desire to escape into a world where he is in control mirrors the common childhood wish to act out and assert independence. However, his realization that he longs for the love and safety of home shows that underneath those rebellious impulses lies a deep need for connection and care. Maurice Sendak uses minimal text and evocative illustrations to convey complex emotions. The transition from the real world to the fantasy island is depicted through a gradual expansion of the illustrations, with the wild things symbolizing Max's unleashed emotions. As Max learns to navigate his feelings, he also comes to understand the importance of love and belonging. Ultimately, Where the Wild Things Are is a timeless story about the power of imagination and the emotional journey from anger to reconciliation. It reassures children that even when they feel wild and out of control, they are still loved and valued. The story's ending, Max returning to his warm supper, emphasizes the comforting presence of home and family, no matter how far we may wander.